tens of millions of dollars in research and development funding. Does Joe Chang eat, drink, and sleep new skin?
Wow, I can say that myself. Wait, this is me.
You know, when we went into this recessionary environment, we decided that the way to get through it effectively and not only survive but thrive is to just
Truman. Wow, really, Truman?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, right, Truman. Truman's right.
Innovation is the key.
Yeah, done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome Chief Scientific Officer Joe Chang.
You know, I'll do anything for Nu Skin, right? But that video, the last bit, that scene, when Nick asked me to say Truman, oh, Truman, if I get that tone wrong, you know, you're closing your eyes and you're sort of like saying things like that. It's not good. However, it took a lot of takes. Well, Happy New Year, all of you. Thanks for coming. I think this morning's session was great, wasn't it? And Greg has already mentioned a wonderful thing that over the next few months we're going to age-lock True Face Essence Ultra. It's another really exciting product we're going to have for this year. So rather than focusing on the products, because Dale, Kern, and Glenn Cheney will come up later to talk about the weight management system and the Body Galvanic Spa, I sort of thought that perhaps it's good to go over a little bit of the old grounds to tell you where age-lock is and where we're going in the future. Because inevitably, every time we talk about a new product, the question is never about the product, it's always about what is the next new product coming out. So, I think the stage is set, and it's pretty clear now. And I'll go into some of the reasons why we think the stage is set. But fundamentally, it really doesn't matter what mechanism is operating in a body, because at the end of the day, all those mechanisms, they all have to be regulated by genes. And hence this statement, the reason why we developed age-lock, because we knew this is going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. And that we're going to discover that genes regulate the aging process. So we're way ahead of the curve and way ahead of the competition as far as this particular approach to anti-aging is concerned. The science, there shouldn't be any argument and there shouldn't be any doubts about the science. The science is credible. You may not understand it completely, but that doesn't mean that the science is not sound, and it is not one of the most exciting discoveries of the 21st century. So with this age-lock technology, what we have done and been able to do is to use it as a platform. And it's a very versatile platform. It can be applied towards the skincare side, and we can apply it to the nutritional supplement category as well. So it's a broad enabling platform. That's why we're exciting, and that's why we think age-lock is going to go a long way in terms of sustaining the business opportunity. The science is not mundane, and that's why when you talk about breakthrough science, it's almost something that in order for it to be breakthrough, maybe it is a bit complex and it will be complicated, but that's why it's breakthrough. Nobody has thought of it before. Nobody has ever sort of put this whole approach and the whole concept together in one setting. Okay? When you do something that new and that unique and different, It may take a little bit longer to understand, but once you get it, it's magical. So I think all these things we've done over the last 2 years with ageLOC has reached a place where even at the very beginning, when it was perhaps just a little bit of a glimpse in my eye, and I told you it was game over, I think some of you still remember that particular phrase, those two simple words. It is indeed that. I think we've proven that. I think the science has been validated, and it's changing the game and how we're going to play anti-aging going forward. So, we are protecting this. We have lots of patents. We have 18 patents. We continue to grow this intellectual property database, if you will. We have published articles. These are peer-reviewed. And this is key, right? Anybody can actually produce a scientific article and say it's great. This is a science article talking and substantiating our product. But not everybody can produce a whole bunch of peer-reviewed scientific articles. In other words, peer review is almost like a gold standard in my world of science, where if it's not peer review, it's a tabloid article. Nobody respects such scientific articles and use it for validation. We have that. So all these 40 presentations we've done and how our scientists went around the world to present the ageLOC science, I think it continues to prove that ageLOC is something that is validated and truly based on sound science. There are no ifs and buts about it. So, and this scientific advisory board, we keep on showing you this slide, and we show you this motley crew of scientists, right? I mean, Carl Djerassi, all the way at the top left, that's the guy with the white beard. I mean, he is the father of the birth control pill. Now, it's an oxymoron, but nonetheless, he is the father of the birth control. And at the bottom, we have Lester Becker from Berkeley, and he's the father of the antioxidant research and how he has been a pivotal player when we validated the scanner technology and how that particular instrument can measure antioxidants non-invasively. So we have a whole bunch of these guys, and it's multidisciplinary. In other words, they're not just chemists, they're not just biologists, they come from all fields of science and medicine. That's pretty key to you. When you see a competition to say they're science-based and they have a scientific advisory board, they usually have just a couple. Okay? And if you scratch a little bit deeper, they're usually paid enormous sums of money to serve as a scientific advisor. So there's no comparison between what they claim to be an advisory board versus what we have, where this is truly a world-class SAB, and these are professors that you cannot buy with money. We talk about ageLOC, and we have mentioned to you we are attacking the so-called sources of aging. In other words, we're not merely addressing signs or symptoms of aging. We are really using ageLOC science to address the fundamental sources of aging. So let me illustrate this a little bit better for you and visually. On the left is a panel of genes. And if you look carefully, you can see the panel is divided into discrete rectangle or little bits. It's not a smooth rectangle or a smooth panel. And each one of those, let's say, represents a single gene. Now, if you look carefully, you can also see some of them are colored green and some of them are colored red and so on in different shades. That denotes the degree of activity or the degree of functionality that is happening with that particular gene. How that gene is being expressed, if you will. So when you put a composite picture together, the left panel shows you that is the gene expression profile of a young person or a young piece of tissue. Okay? Now, if you then take the right panel, and that is a gene expression profile of an old tissue, and you put an ingredient and you treat that particular old piece of tissue with that ingredient, which we use ultimately for an ageLOC product. When you do that, you switch or you transform the whole gene expression profile to look very much like the young tissue. That's resetting. That's what we're doing with our ageLOC products. That's what we're fundamentally doing when we go and create a unique blend of ingredients, whether it's in skincare or whether it's in a dietary supplement. We blend that together. Nobody can do that because they do not have the ability of that reference yardstick to tell them what a gene expression profile should look like. That's why we think this is one thing that's exclusive within Nu Skin Enterprises, and that's what we have in ageLOC Science. If you don't have a yardstick, how can you measure? Here at the October Global Convention, we mentioned we acquired or purchased LifeGen Technologies. These are the two co-founders of LifeGen, Professor Thomas Proller on the right and Professor Rick Weinbuch on the left. One is a physiologist, the other is a geneticist, and together they have more than 30 years of research in the aging field. This is a very powerful, sort of almost a Batman and Robin dude. Okay? So, they're pioneers in aging research. They have accumulated all this knowledge, a data bank of knowledge on aging, and we have been using it for the last 2.5 years to create the ageLOC products that we have just launched up to this point. Okay? So, it was still exclusive to us. We told you exclusive to LifeGen, the partnership and the collaboration is exclusive. And it's almost like dating. I dated LifeGen for the last 2.5 years. Yeah, whatever. I've dated LifeGen. I'm not dating Rick, okay? So the point is, right, when you use that analogy, you then begin to think, why should I keep on buying the movie tickets? That's what you do when you go on a date, you're expected to buy the tickets. So as we go through and get this proof of principle, and we get more and more data that this dating is really working out, because we can transform the science and that academic research into real products in our world of anti-aging, it comes to a point I say, why don't we just get married so that you can buy the tickets too? You know, rather than you expecting me and relying on me, why don't we just get married? So after 2 years, that dating worked out, so we got married through an acquisition. So let me give you some of the reasons more than that, because this is what you do, right? When you go to your mom and you sit down and you say, I want to marry this girl, she's going to ask you, okay, tell me the reasons why you think you should get married. Here are some of the reasons. The most important reason is that from now on, going forward, we own all current and future data, the genetic data on aging. Nobody can have access on it. Okay? And the reason why that is key to us, it creates for me a monopoly on the genetic knowledge on aging. Okay? This is pretty powerful stuff. You cannot create products and you cannot create a technology and sort of protect it if you don't own the knowledge behind it. We now own it completely. By this ownership, it's no more like, okay, I license it, we literally own it. By this ownership, then we can apply ageLOC Science to every single product in our portfolio at our discretion. We don't have to worry about anything anymore. Greg came up to you and told you that we have just ageLOC TrueFace Essence Ultra. Right? We would not have been able to do that if we did not execute of this LifeGen, if we did not buy LifeGen. It would not have been possible. You can see, again, we have given you the proof. We've given you another product that will help the business opportunity this year. Something will come in the future. So, unrestricted access. So all these things, when you put it together, what have we done? We have protected our intellectual property. We have built a barrier to entry. Okay? From now on, no more dating. You can't escape. If you divorce me in California, you have to pay me 50% of what you have. So, innovation. Truman has always been using this term. We have become the Apple of the industry. But more importantly, I think, rather than just enjoying the products, which you can share, obviously, in Nu Skin, you're also enjoying the profitability of the company. Because that is embedded and inherent in the business opportunity. So therefore, it is a great thing. We have become the Apple of the industry, and we continue to innovate to make sure that we bring you products. Some of you may remember, back in 1998, Nu Skin acquired Pharmanex. It brought a level of science into Nu Skin Enterprises and grew the company, right? So that was a powerful acquisition. I think you should look at LifeGen along the same vein, and that is now with LifeGen coming in, we've added a genetic patina or a genetic component to it that is so powerful that this is just going to add additional high-octane fuel to the whole meal. In fact, with this extra fuel, we can escape the gravitational pull of any potential competitors. So, quick glimpse into 2013, fast approaching. We have been working on a MOS. That's another reason actually that drove us to acquire LifeGen. This is the so-called ageLOC Alpha. And if you have listened carefully to what we have been saying publicly, this has been a project that has been incubating for a few years now, and I think it's going to come to fruition in 2013. Most advanced anti-aging product. We are not playing in the nutrition supplement category anymore. This is an entirely different kind of anti-aging product. Okay? And quickly following on, we're going to have other more ageLOC gene-based products. This will sort of drive us to the next level, and I'm sure this year, as we finish some of the more ongoing research studies, it will create other products as well. But this is the mother of all supplements that we're going to launch in 2013. So that's what we have in ageLOC. So stacking it up for you, we have breakthrough science, no doubt, 30 years of proprietary research, exclusive to us. We now own it. There's no way that it can escape from us. And then with all this science, we can identify all these genes related to aging. And once we've done that, we have created that fingerprint that I just showed you, so that we own that fingerprint, and we are the only ones that can make this super class of anti-aging products. Entirely different paradigm altogether. Okay. So that's our platform. It's not about a single product. It's not about a new product. It's not about some technology that you can only use one time and that's it. This continues to renew itself. This continues to get even more potent as we do more research. It's a product platform. So, as we go through this, I want to show you the trajectory. We have Galvanic Spa, we have the transformation system, we have launched the Body Spa together with Vitality, and then driving the business to more new products such as MOAS as the years roll by. And if I use a baseball scorecard to put this whole strategy together, we have played roughly around 4 innings by the launch of the Body Galvanic Spa, and as you can see, we have a lot of innings left to play. In fact, I will not be at all surprised that we are going to go into extra innings. That's going to happen. Okay. So, lots of things to come, and watch for, even in 5 years' time, that Kappa project is going to be very exciting. And if you look at the revenue that's been generated, with Galvanic Spa, it took more than 5 years to hit that $250 million mark. With Transformation, it took less than a year to hit 175, and with the Vitality, it took less than 6 months to hit 100. Okay, so you can see every time there's a new product coming out, the timeline to get it to the next level of success is getting shorter and shorter. It's really great to see that the success has been happening in the business. So, free circle, free radicals, we already have LifePak and a scanner, no doubt, right? Appearance, we have body galvanic spa, now together with the face, and we have transformation system, TrueFace Essence Ultra, soon to be age lock. We can renew and keep your cells young with vitality. Longevity, we have the Alpha project we're working on. Obesity, Gamma is coming very soon. And all these we are able to do because we are the only ones who can understand those genes. Nobody else can. Not a single gene, but multiple genes. So that's the future. Long term, lots of things to come. And there are certain products that, like, we're going to launch, maybe. And I'd like to solicit your opinion on these products. We have no fixed launch dates. So let me show you the first product I'm thinking of. This is called Damitol. And just to help you out a little bit more, I thought this third product may be even better for you. So, when I showed my wife the last product, she was not amused. I don't know why. However, so these are products that we're working on, but my scientists are arguing whether it's really possible. I think it's possible, but we'll have to wait. So, that's my last slide, and I thought I'll give you an open, high-level view of what we're doing. The future is extremely bright, and as we go along in June, I'm sure we're going to share more data with you. But right now, I think you should listen to Dale, because he has some really exciting data on the body galvanic spa. Thanks, everyone.